Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different callbacks to the originals and the prequels in this film by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about this movie that a lot of people are really looking forward to seeing is, of course, exactly how JJ is going to utilize all the different connections to the prequels, the originals, and a whole lot more in this story in order to really make things go full circle in the Skywalker saga. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting and intriguing for the characters of Kylo Ren, the Knights of Ren, Darth Vader, and a whole lot more. Now, specifically, a description of Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren inside of the Dark Spire, where it's described that they are all circled around a large Darth Vader statue. It's described that the statue was built by the Acolytes of the Beyond, and that they stored many of Vader's belongings in the statue. It said that Kylo opens the back of the statue, where it said that he discovers a chest box of some kind that holds a secret of Darth Vader. The next goes over Kylo opening the box, where it's revealed that an ancient Sith holocron lies in here. It's described to be the holocron of Nile Ren, who was once a Sith Lord that trained Supreme Leader Snoke. The next goes over a container that the holocron will be useful for throughout the entire quest in the second act of the film. Additionally, Kylo also finds a red kyber crystal stored in the chest box that is said to be the kyber crystal that was extracted from Nile Ren's lightsaber. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that the Darth Vader comics touched on this quite a bit, where they went over all of the different ancient artifacts and the relics that once belonged to Darth Vader, such as Lord Momin's helmet was a great example. But I digress. What's really intriguing about this one in particular is that this is a big connection between both Darth Vader and the character of Nile Ren. Now, in case you guys have not heard about Nile Ren, we have been going over this character for a couple of months now, actually, where this character is said to be the master of Supreme Leader Snoke at one point in time before in the past. So what I find so very intriguing about all of this is that the Dark Spire is going to be a location in the Outer Rim that Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren travel to. It's said to be a creepy castle that holds a lot of ancient secrets and even the origins of the dark side of the Force. And within here, we also have the Darth Vader statue. Now, this statue was said to be created by the Acolytes of the Beyond. In case you guys are completely unaware of who they really are, they are dark side worshippers of course, both Darth Vader and, of course, even Emperor Palpatine. And what's really interesting about all of this is that the Acolytes of the Beyond were lightly, pretty much touched on in the books, such as Aftermath and Empire's End, etc. So what's really intriguing is how Kylo Ren discovers the ancient holocron that once belonged to Nile Ren that was stored within the statue of Darth Vader that once also belonged to Vader himself, as well as the ancient kyber crystal that was extracted from Nile Ren's lightsaber. So this movie really has a lot going for it when it comes to all of the different Jedi and Sith lore pieces that are going to be used in order to evolve the characters of Kylo Ren and Rey in this movie. And especially with Kylo Ren, since we do know that he's going on a specific quest within the second act of the film with the Knights of Ren, such as over to the Dark Spire and different locations within the Outer Rim and even in the unknown regions. So, like I say, we can already see how J.J. Abrams is really taking advantage of a lot of the pieces of the Jedi and the Sith lore in order to explain all the different secrets of Darth Vader and everything connected to that character, and how Kylo Ren is going to learn more about his grandfather in this movie, which honestly I think is just right, because if you look at Kylo Ren, since he's so obsessed about his grandfather being Darth Vader and wondering about who he really was, right? We do know that Snoke only gave him a piece of the story of Darth Vader. He doesn't know the full story of Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker. So that's the thing, is that we do know that this movie is going to have a lot of revelations, a lot of twists and turns, as well as a lot of different aspects of the Star Wars franchise that we have never seen before on the big screen, which is of course introducing holocrons and what they are really capable of doing in a Star Wars movie that was only done, really, in the animated TV series Star Wars Rebels. That's now going to be introduced, even all the more so, in live action, starting off with The Rise of Skywalker, which I honestly think is great, because I think that a lot of fans have always been asking for more Jedi and Sith lore and stuff around those lines. Now, me personally, I think that this is a step in the right direction. I think that this is something that's really going to cater toward a lot of hardcore Star Wars fans, a lot of fans that have been very knowledgeable within the EU and Legends material, that know a lot about holocrons and kyber crystals and all the different artifacts that are going to show up in this movie. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.